Hey y'all, it's Amber. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Whether you're first time visitor, returning viewer, subscriber, welcome. I'm happy to have you. As you can see, I am sitting in front of my bookshelf, one of them, and I am here to do my May TBR video. Now, I do have a trip that is coming up sometime in the near future that is to Disney, and I figured that I would be inspired by my May books, by Disney songs and movies. So I'm doing a Disney reading challenge ish. Essentially, I had ChatGPT create some Disney related prompts to use, and I used the Wheel of Names to pick the prompts for the month. You can take my word for it. I did some recording of them, got some, didn't get all, so I'm just gonna scrap that and y'all can just take my word for it. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. Make sure you click the notification bell so that you can get notified every single time I make a post. With that being said, let's get right into it. So the first prompt, if you see me looking off to the side, is because I'm looking at my notes. I just want to make sure that I get the prompts correct. The first prompt is Poor Unfortunate Souls, which means that I need to read a book from a villain's point of view or an infamous antagonist. I decided that I wanted to go to the Villain series by Serena Valentino. I'm obsessed with the series, and I said that I wanted to do a reread of all of them and then read the last 3 books that have come out because I haven't read them yet. But I decided that I was going to go for one of my favorites just to see if it is still a favorite, and that is Mistress of All Evil. This is from, as you can see, Maleficent's point of view, and this will be a reread for me. It should be a quick read, and I'm excited about it. I am going to be replacing the books in this series just because they are old and worn, and they have my maiden name written on the side because I use them in my classroom, but they have served their purpose. They have done well. I will keep these in case I decide that I want to go back to the classroom in the future, but just for my personal collection, I am going to be upgrading these books because it is long overdue. Now, how I'm doing these is I picked 10 of the prompts, and some of the prompts have one book, some of the prompts have multiple books that can apply. I'm giving myself some options of what I'm in the mood to read. I want to give myself an opportunity to mood read. There'll be more books than I'm able to read in the month of May. I will still be in school teaching literally through May 30th. And I just want to give myself more free time and downtime when I'm at work and I'm not doing anything for my lunch or my planning period or even recess sometimes. I have books to read, so I'm excited for this one. Next prompt is Into the Unknown. Read a book by an author that I've never read before. For this one, I have 3 options just because I don't want to do everything all Disney related because I am going to be doing Disney related challenges for the next 2 months. And so I just want to give myself an opportunity to read what I'm in the mood for, as I've said previously. So we have 3 book options for this particular prompt. I've never read Maya Ariel before, but this is No Ordinary Love. It just came out, and it says a PR partnership between a pop star and a pro athlete bad boy turns into so much more than this 20 romance from the acclaimed author When I Think of You. So this is option 1. Option 2 is Wild Love from the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. I have been influenced by this series and I am intrigued by it. I want to read it. It seems really interesting. This is best friend's little sister, forbidden romance type thing. She's been driving him wild for years. The good kind of wild, the bad kind of wild, but mostly the kind of wild that comes when one of your best friend's little sister and knowing you can't have her. I really want to read this. I wanted to read it in April. I never got around to it because I think I was trying to get myself to do different challenges, and it just really killed my vibe for reading. So I'm just, like I said, giving myself different options so that I don't put myself into a reading slump, and just so that I can enjoy and have options to pick from. So this is option number 2. And then option number 3 is actually inspired by the Disney parks, and it's the Dreamland Billionaires, the Fine Print. I believe it's about a group of brothers who have theme parks that are like Disney, and they're just doing their part of keeping the businesses afloat, is what I'm assuming or guessing. I don't really know. I'm kind of coming into it blind, but I do know just based on what I see in the back, workplace romance type thing. He is her boss, and so sounds interesting. This is a Disney related book, and I just wanted to get it on my TBR cart for the month of May. Those are more options. Prompt number 3 is part of your world. Read a book where the main character wants to escape or join another world or lifestyle. So I have 2 books that are in the Meant to Be series, which are Disney inspired, and my goal is to read both of them as well as buy the book, but buy the book didn't really fit any of the prompts that I pulled, so I didn't really add it to the TBR, but it is on my TBR, and that is Tangled Up in You and Kiss the Girl. And like I said, these are a part of the Meant to Be series. This one is by Christina Lauren, which I am familiar with. I have several of their books. I have read multiple of their books. Didn't like all of them, but that's okay. I have Kiss the Girl. This is an author that I have never read before, I do not believe. These are an option, but I also have By the Book by Jasmine Guillory as an option because it's a part of the Meant to Be series. All of them are going to be on my TBR, but these just so happen to fit the prompt. So we have these here. I am really going to try my best to read all 3. Next is a book that I kinda already started reading, but oh well. And the prompt is A Whole New World. Read a book set in a world unlike your own. And I have Enchantra. I loved Phantasma. It's on my bookshelf above me. You can't really see it because it's a little bit higher than where I'm sitting, but I loved it, devoured it in like a day and a half. So I'm looking forward to reading Enchantra, which is following the sister of the main protagonist in Phantasma, and it's a similar type story where she goes into this game house essentially where her life is on the line, and it was the same with Phantasma, and I'm just looking excited for it. Welcome to Enchantra. There's only one rule: never ever trust your heart, and in Phantasma, never fall in love. So looking forward to this. I've already started reading it. I'm going to continue to read it today, and it's possible that I may finish it before May even begins, but by the time you watch this video, it'll be May, so it'll still count. Next prompt is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Read a book that feels magical, and I decided that I was going to look to my fantasy shelf. Boom, boom. Here we are. Now, there are a lot of books that I could have pulled. I have been in a fantasy mood, even though I haven't really been reading fantasy. Wait a minute, because what am I doing? And I decided that I am going to read So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. And I got this from Kindred Stories, which is a Black-owned bookstore in Houston. I did end up picking up the sequel to this book from Barnes & Noble, but this is likened to Fourth Wing, and I know how much I really enjoyed Fourth Wing. As we can see, we have dragon, there's magic. I mean, it's feeling magical. It's giving me the vibes that I needed to give. So this is what I'm interested in for reading for the month of May, and this is one of the ones that I am for sure going to prioritize reading because I have been wanting to read it since I got it. Next prompt is Friend Like Me. Read a book with an epic sidekick or a strong friendship. Not gonna lie, I almost picked Apprentice to the Villain. I think that's the first book in the series, but I decided that I wanted to go in a different direction, and there was a new book that is coming out in the month of May that I wanted to read anyway. I did happen to get an advanced e-art copy in exchange for my honest review. I haven't read it yet, but I will read it after the book that I'm currently reading, and that is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I have read the other 2 books in the series before I let go, and This Could Be Us. I enjoyed both of them. This one is following Hendrix, which is the third friend, the single friend, the influencer friend. Not necessarily influencer, the other is influencer, but she's the one that gets everybody together. She is that real friend that's going to tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. And I am so ready to read about her love story and read about her more specifically, because she is one of the side characters that just really stand out and really make you want to get to know her. And I think if she were really existent, she would be my friend. Next prompt is Once Upon a Time, which is a retelling of a fairy tale. Could have went in a multitude of directions, but I decided that I have been intrigued by Sarah J Maas, and I was going to start reading Throne of Glass, but I decided that I'm going to go ahead and start with ACOTAR first. So for this particular prompt, I'm going to be reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm waiting for the Black special edition to come out from Barnes & Noble. It comes out next week, the week that after I'm filming this, but by the time you see this video, it'll be out already. I do have the Kindle version, so I will read the physical book, the ebook more likely, but I definitely want the physical book just because all Black everything, sign me up. Next is When Will My Life Begin? Reading a coming of age or a self-discovery book. So I kind of took self-discovery to my own interpretation, and for this particular prompt, I'm gonna read Blood of Hercules, and essentially this says I'm just a girl, and as it turns out, I'm Hercules. First of all, Disney did a Hercules adaptation movie, so there's that, one of the faves. Okay, Meg, it's my girl. But because she discovers the main character, whose name is, I don't know. But anyway, she ends up finding out that she is a Spartan, which means that she has blood of a god flowing through her, and she has to go to a Spartan academy, and it just goes from there. And this is a book that I have been intrigued about quite a bit, and it seems like it's interesting. And like I said, I just love the twist on it, that it is a female Hercules as opposed to the regular male Hercules. I don't have it, but I got the advanced copy of The Twisted Tale for Hercules, and it was from Meg's perspective and like how she ended up connected to Hades. Anyway, looking forward to A Blood of Hercules. I hope I actually get to it. I will say that this is not like number one on my priority list, but I would like to read it because The Bonds of Hercules, I believe it's about to come out as well, if it hasn't already. Next prompt is mirror mirror, read a book with a morally gray or villainous main character. And I knew that I wanted to look to a series that is inspired by Disney fairy tales, but dark romance edition. And I have been wanting to get to Scarred because I've heard that this is the best book in the series. This is the Never After novel by Emily McIntyre. I did read Hexed. I'm kind of kicking myself for already having read Hexed because apparently to some people that was the best book in the series, but it was also the last book in the series. So I don't know, we'll see. But I'm looking forward to reading Scarred. I'm intrigued by it, and it seems like it's going to be a good time. And I love that they do a swap where the good guy in the movies is the bad, antagonist in the books. So I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be following Scar, who is named Tristan Fossa. So it should be pretty interesting. This is one of the books that I am for sure going to prioritize, and if I get to more of them, then hey, great. And then last but not least, we have I See the Light, read a book that gives you hope or inspires you. And again, could have went in a multitude of directions. Could have did a nonfiction definitely popped up in my head as an option, but I didn't want to do that. So I am actually going to go with Watermoon, and I don't really know what this book is classified as far as a genre, but I do know that it has a very interesting premise and plot. Okay, so it's a fantasy fiction. And long story short, it is about a place that people can go, kind of like a pawn shop. To some people, it looks like a ramen restaurant, but to a select few, it is a pawn shop where you can go, and if I'm not mistaken, a woman inherits a pawn shop where you can sell your regrets and then embarks on a magic journey when a charming young physicist wanders into the shop in this dreamlike, enchanting fantasy novel. So this is a book that I have been wanting to read for a little bit of time, and I'm looking forward to actually being able to read it for the month of May. Maybe. Definitely one of the higher ones on my priority list. But I'm actually excited about all of these books. Do I think I can read all of these books? I mean, yeah, I could, but I have a job and I have a child, a brand new one at that. So I don't really have the time to read like I be really wishing to read and longing to read. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm excited with the books that I have here. There are a couple of more that I will be reading, and I will be doing reading vlogs for the month of May. I'm also doing a couple of projects as well for the month of May that I'm looking forward to and have been brain dumping and planning. And the creative juices are flowing, y'all, but going back to work has really taken a lot of energy out of me. I mean, that's a different topic for another day. So with that being said, if you are interested in finding out how work has been going since I've come back from maternity leave, my goodness, there is not enough time in this video to talk about it. So make sure to stick around so that you do get more information about it. If you're just curious, nosy, whatever the case may be, being a teacher is not for the faint-hearted. It is not for the weak. You must be strong, have strength, have patience, have love for the profession, because it ain't for everybody. With that being said, thank you for joining me. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to do so. I also appreciate shares, comments, likes. Let me know what you're reading for the month of May. Let me know what vacation plans you have coming up for the summertime. And with that being said, I will see you next time. Bye.